I would have lost money on that bet.
Yeah.
Now,
So I
is
like
it
to-
worth $10?
So I
That's
like-
the question we
I
got to
like-
answer. Is it worth $10?
I prefer the.
I don't know. What's your thoughts on a celebrity whiskey?
It depends, I guess. You're hesitant.
Historically speaking, I don't find them very good.
You ready now?
Nah, give me another minute. Give me another minute.
Collect yourself.
Yeah, I've been nonstop for a couple of weeks. I mean, I was up at the cigar lounge last night till midnight. So
And that's far from home.
And that's far from home. Yes, and obviously I got a W-2. I got to manage as well. So we had appointments and things to do today.
Sure.
So, but I'm always glad to get to this point of hump day.
It's part of the midweek.
Hump day, right?
Yeah.
So it's not everybody that gets a nice hump day to share some whiskey right in the middle of the week on schedule, on a calendar. So with that being said, welcome to the Whiskey Cave. I'm Tom.
I'm Derek.
That's Derek. And I don't know, what's your thoughts on a celebrity whiskey?
It depends, I guess. It's something different to try. You're hesitant.
Historically speaking, I don't find them very good. I'm going to be honest.
Well, I mean, whether it's a celebrity whiskey or it's a seasonal whiskey, we like to try new things.
We do.
Right? So it's an opportunity to try something new.
All whiskey is worth trying.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I've had a lot of celebrity whiskeys that just, they're just trying to put their name on something. It's marketing, and
trying to get a bump in sales.
Get a few extra, little extra coin in their pocket. Move a product. I
probably had better luck with celebrity tequilas.
Yeah. You got to get really high end though. I mean, I'm talking at that Michael Jordan level,
Well, the Clooney stuff was good originally.
Originally, I'm not so sure it's the same
It's not anymore. It's not. I won't buy it anymore.
But even then, it was like a premium mixer to me. Like,
but
it wasn't
something. It was still only like 1/3 the Michael Jordan tequila price. I mean, it was margarita.
Sure, but if I was drinking it straight, there was something in the same price, or maybe for a few dollars more, that I would prefer.
Sure.
But from a when you're mixing a cocktail, sometimes it's okay to taste the tequila. It's okay to taste the vodka. I've always had this great experiment of
it's
Belvedere.
Never okay to taste the vodka.
No,
that's the whole point of vodka.
I know what you're saying, but sometimes you want to taste the bite a little.
Sure.
And I love doing a blind comparison with Belvedere and Grey Goose because everybody's like, "Oh, Grey Goose, Grey Goose."
Well, Belvedere's better.
It is.
I mean, everyone considers it mostly better.
Well, I don't know. I don't think
Grey
so.
Goose.
I think if you poll most people, they probably
they know Grey Goose.
They know
better.
Grey Goose.
Yeah.
And I would
give
imagine
them the Kettle One and the Grey Goose in a mixer. I don't know if they'll mixture. I don't know if they'll notice.
They'll know the difference between Grey Goose and Kettle One.
Yeah.
They won't know the difference.
That's not my go-to of just vodka.
But if you want a true vodka that doesn't taste like anything, Belvedere.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm making even a basic drink
I'm not gonna put Belvedere in it,
like a cranberry and vodka, then I don't want Belvedere because I actually want to taste the bite of it.
That's not worth it,
right? So I don't want to just suck down cranberry.
Have we
juice,
done
right?
Glenmorangie on episode?
No, I don't think we have.
This was one of the first for us. This was an early rotation. Early on, this was regular.
Oh, Rosa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, they got a good line. Their product is really great. I think it's an underrated line.
It was really like a value line we started. Like their base offering was really reasonable. Tastes really, it's subtler. It's softer. It's not maybe as robust as certain scotches, but it's really good.
Yeah. No, so they've they had the 10, which is graduated to 12.
Yep.
They had the 12 Lasanta that's now graduated to the 15 year. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And then they had the Nectar, which was a 12 year, which is now their 16 year. So I think just with the whiskey world, listen, they got more whiskey on hand than they did before.
Yeah.
So they're going to let it age a little bit.
Yeah, well, so they're bringing up these age numbers because they're not selling this stuff.
They're not selling at the same rate, so these age statements are going to come up. Because how else do you manage the inventory, right? But I really like their Tale of line, the Tale of Ice Cream, Tale of Spices, Tale of Forest,
and
I think they do a really good job with that.
Did they make the Signet?
Yes, they
Which is
do.
what you really like.
Which is
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to speak for me because
Yeah.
this is more a me bottle than you. That's a top 5 bottle for me, which is a non-age stated, but it's known to have some 40-year-old whiskey and probably some 8-year-old whiskey kind of blended together. But I mean, you want to talk about the perfect blend of chocolate and coffee, and I don't even like coffee. I hate coffee. But this bottle is just out of this world, and it's gone up in price too. I don't know what it is anymore, but it's probably a little north of 300
Yeah,
these
I would
days.
say,
But if you got the coin and you've never had it, then that's a we'll have to do a shoot on that one someday. I'm due for a new bottle, so maybe I need an excuse to
there you go.
pony up.
Well, I got some gifts coming.
I heard.
Yeah. So Jacob spent 20 days on a Mediterranean cruise. Well,
you talk about that. I'm going to pour.
They went to the UK and then they went to Barcelona, got on the ship, went all over the Mediterranean, and he was picking up bottles in every port. So I got a box coming of stuff he wants us to try, from like Corsica and from Italy and from France and the UK.
We get some Italian.
Yeah.
Is it malted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Whiskeys. Yeah. Scotches, small.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So, an Italian Scotch.
But in a little shop in Italy, he found an 18-year Springbank.
Oh.
So that's coming. And then there's also a 5-year cask strength Springbank coming.
Ooh. I'm a
fan. He knows if he sees that to pick it up. Like just sight unseen. If you come any Springbank.
I think there's any line or distillery that gets me like really, really excited. I mean, I got a few, but
it's so hard to find.
It's so hard to find. It really is.
But the shop owner said they only get 2 bottles every 60 days.
Yeah.
Of each type, like of each variety, but that's all they get shipped to them.
Yeah, I mean, in America we hunt stuff like bourbon. Blanton's. Springbank's so much harder to get than Blanton's. I mean, Blanton's is easy to get compared to any Springbank or just Campbelltown whiskey as a whole. Other than Glen Scotia, that stuff's pretty common, but generally Campbelltown's pretty. So yeah, that's awesome.
And so it gives us some new material, some interesting things to try, plus obviously a fan favorite.
So Glenmorangie. So we're gonna see what we think about a celebrity whiskey today. And yes, I'm a little.
And who's the celebrity?
Harrison Ford. So this is the Harrison Ford limited edition. You a Harrison Ford fan?
Yeah, I am. I'm Star Wars, Indiana Jones. I mean,
some classics right there. Yeah.
He's got a new show on Apple called Shrinking. It's very good. He's still acting. He's like 80.
Is he that old?
I think so. I think it's pretty close.
I mean, well, we're getting to that old.
Star Wars was like 77, and he was 28 then.
When did Indiana Jones start? I mean,
81,
late 70s. It wasn't
I think it was early 80s.
Okay. Rich yet vibrant, zesty yet deep. This is Glenmorangie, co-directed by Harrison Ford. Longtime whiskey fan Harrison visited to film our series Once Upon a Time in Scotland. Our homeland soon won him over with its rugged beauty, its warm, welcoming people, and especially it's warm, welcoming people. Did you see all the Scots in Boston? My God,
they're making a good name for themselves.
Yes, they had a goddamn blast in Boston. What were they? They were shouting. No Scots, no party. Is that what it was? Their chant. Man, I love it. Great times. Settling the time from filming, Harrison sat down in a warehouse with master distiller Dr. Bill to sample some of our very best casks. To celebrate Harrison's fondness of our whiskey, Dr. Bill created this highly limited single malt tailored to the actor's taste buds. So I guess we'll see Harrison himself is.
Do we have any stats here? Like any age statement or?
I don't think it's an age statement, but bear with me here a little bit. See if there's any. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the notes. Let's see what we can get into the notes on our own. It's 46.5% alcohol, so it's got a little something to it. But here's probably the most interesting thing, and I think we did what other bottle did we do with this recently? Portuguese red wine casks. So it's bourbon and toasted Portuguese red wine casks. So that I'm intrigued about. So if you're going to give me a Glenmorangie profile and finish it in a Portuguese red wine, well, then I think we're in for a little bit of a treat.
That should be good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, initial nose is like soft and subtle.
That's Glenmorangie,
Maybe a little heather.
Very. I'm not getting the wine finish. I'm getting a little bit of it, but not overbearing. Getting a little like brown sugar or baking spice.
Catching a little of the bourbon there.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a limited edition bottle released in May of 2026. So fresh off the press. I forget what I paid for it, but I think it was a little under $100.
Okay, well, that's not horrible.
And again, I'm a sucker for I'll try anything once, even if it is a celebrity. So we're going to carry the theme forward for this or that. I mentioned that they're keeping the whiskey longer.
Yep.
They no longer make the 10-year age stated, and they've now discontinued the 12-year Lasanta, which, by the way, the 12-year Lasanta was a $59 bottle?
Very reasonable.
It is one of the best bargains in single malt Scotch out there in the market. Now they don't make the 12-year Lasanta; they make it a 15-year Lasanta.
And the Lasanta is what?
It is a sherry finish Glenmorangie, and they just termed it Lasanta.
Sure. But for those who don't know.
Yes, yep. So their 10-year, well, now 12-year, that's more of a bourbon finish. The 12-year, now 15-year, was their sherry finish. I think they increased the price about $10. So three more years of aging, $10 more.
It's actually not bad.
So I told you which we're drinking for this or that, but I'm not going to tell you which one is this or that. I think, I guess we'll see. I think we'll be able to tell which one's a little older. But I think what I'd like to I think this might be more of an informative this or that.
Sure. To
kind of conclude and help the viewers kind of decide whether, a few extra years and $10 more,
Well, I think between 12 and 15, a few more years and a few extra dollars sometimes really matters.
Sure.
But between like 15 and 18, sometimes it doesn't. And between 18 and 21, sometimes it definitely doesn't.
Definitely doesn't, right. But I mean, again, we're only talking about $10 differential here.
Yeah. Well, no, not that you have a choice.
And the one thing, we've done a lot of blind tastings. And I will always say that 12-year Lasanta held its own against $100 bottles in a blind tasting lineup over and over and over again. It's always on the top of the pack, which was always impressive for such a young whiskey. So,
I mean, their original 10-year was really good.
Yeah, the original 10-year gave you a lot of at least always gave me a little like citrus or orange, and I really appreciate it. It's very, very approachable, easy. A perfect entry level single malt Scotch.
Now that you've tasted, do you have an initial thought?
Yes. I'm not getting the Portuguese wine.
I'm not either.
Okay.
But I do get kind of little brown sugar, little sweetness.
So I would agree with that. The brown sugar that I was getting on the nose kind of followed through a little bit. It's very pleasant.
Yeah, it's well put together.
Yes. Pleasant, well balanced.
Yeah. Very balanced, very smooth.
Yep.
Easy drinking. I'm curious all right, so I generally prefer some kind of port or sherry finish. So I'm curious what my thoughts are going to be when we go across the table. I try that, and I come back and try this again.
Sure.
How it compares.
Yeah, because we're going to go from Portuguese wine to sherry, which, it's all wine barrel.
It was
the end of the day, but
the Muscatel
yes
bottle was more like a white wine finish.
Yeah.
Have we even published that episode yet?
Good question. Good question. If I find it, it'll be right here. So we're gonna get into let's get into this or that.
You ready?
And we're gonna see if yesterday's 12-year Lasanta is better or worse than today's 15-year Lasanta. So a little bit of an informative this or that. Let's get into it.
Cool.
We'll flip chairs here a little bit, and then we'll get back. We'll get into this. I'll give you my real opinion on this. see if I'm okay with this celebrity whiskey.
Yeah.
Because I am critical on them, and we'll give it our Whiskey Cave take, and we'll go from there. So, this or that.
Yep.
A little bit more informative today compared to, mystery.
Mystery's not blind.
Yeah. Still blind. You still don't know which one is which,
Sure.
but you know
What you drinking?
You know what you're drinking in some regard. So the kind of idea with this or that here is they've stopped making the 12. They're aged for 3 more years.
Yep.
And essentially charged $10 more for it. I would say that 3 more years is probably worth the $10.
Definitely.
But I don't know for sure yet.
Sure, but you don't usually get it. If they have a 12 for $50, you don't get a 15 for 60.
But I still think it's a split marketing decision. So a couple ways of looking at it. First off, they've got a little extra whiskey in a warehouse.
Well, the reasons behind it they're doing it is because they probably have volume they've got to find a home for.
Correct. But if you're that, kind of guy, that budget kind of guy that's buying your favorite whiskey, your favorite scotch at that, everybody's got it at the $30 price point, the $50 price point. This one happened to be at the $60 price point. Yep. But, you'd go into the liquor store on a somewhat a routine basis, and that was your go-to for $60.
Yeah, and now it's 70.
Now it's 70.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I'm curious from the marketing and the sales approach. You and I'm like, hey, 3 more years of aging, that $10 is well worth it. That guy might switch brands.
He might.
He might find something else in the $60 range.
Sure, it goes back to the 12.
Correct. Yes, he might downgrade or switch lines altogether. Mm-hmm. So, when they're making these decisions from a strategy, I get it. They have all this whiskey in a warehouse. They got to do something different with it. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of people, and I'm sure they're already, is taking that whiskey and just let's find something to finish it in. Mm-hmm. Let's find an experimental something around.
Sure.
Let's get a celebrity involved, right? So you don't know. We got A and B here.
The problem is you get too much whiskey in the warehouse. You got to find a home for it.
You do. You got to move the product. It's got to go. So we have bottle A and bottle B. We don't know which ones, or you don't know which ones they are.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of follow along, and then you're going to determine A, if you can tell the difference.
Yep.
And if you appreciate the difference.
Yep.
And then obviously we'll determine whether we think it's worth the extra $10.
I'm going to start with B.
You're going to start with B. All right. B it is. I kind of imagine we're going to like them both, quite honestly, because we like the 12 year.
Sure.
The 12 year was like I said earlier, it was a great bottle at the $60 price point. Very sherry forward. I think they've always done a good job of balancing it right. Like it's sherry forward without being sherry punch you in the face.
Mm-hmm. I get the baseline of the kind of Glenmorangie nose. It's not much. It's not significantly different than the Harrison Ford we just had. A little fruitier.
No. Straight to the taste.
Yep. Smooth, easy drinking,
classic Glenmorangie right there.
You go to A.
All right. Get a nose on A.
So I think a little bit more aggressive, a little more prominent nose.
Really?
Well, it could just be the trick of once I've tasted it, my nose is a little bit more in tune for the second sip. Get a little bit more black licorice on this one.
I'm not getting a huge difference on the nose.
Well, the nose is a light either way.
Man, I'm splitting hairs, but I guess I am gonna agree that A has a little bit more something on the nose. But if you poured me either one of these and I walked away and came back to it, I wouldn't be able to decipher the difference on the nose.
I can barely decipher the difference on the taste.
Okay.
Have you tried them both yet?
No, we're going in for A right now.
All right.
A in the hatch. Actually, I think A had a little bit more something on the palate too. Back to B for a second. Hold on. It's minuscule, man.
So if I was to guess, I would say the A is a 12-year and B is a 15-year.
All right, I'm going to reserve my opinion, but
Sure.
I want you to explain. I know where you're going with this, but I want you to explain.
So I think just
why you feel that.
No, slightly more prevalent, a little bit finish had a little bit more bite to it.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that's a little bit younger.
Yep.
Where B was a little bit mellower.
Yep.
Both on the nose and on the finish. Honestly, they're like 3% difference in taste profile. They're almost exactly the same.
I think you're spot on.
So
with
like
the 3%.
if the B is the 15, it's good. The A is good. I don't know if $10 is worth it. I'd drink it.
Try B versus A here again real quick. Yeah, Derek, I gotta agree with everything you just said. And I knew you were gonna say that the A was 12 because although so minuscule, I think it does have a little bit of an uptick in volume and a little bit more uptick on the, I want to say heat, but a little more something on the finish.
Yep, it stays a little bit longer.
And our experience has taught us that often that if it's not proof, it's youth.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either.
No, in certain things it's better. Like
we just talked about different vodkas and mixing cocktails with vodkas, and yes, sometimes I want to taste it a little bit because otherwise I'm just drinking cranberry juice.
Just cranberry juice, yeah.
Right. So sometimes when a whiskey is aged too long, when you've taken the character out of that and you've taken some of that, you've taken all the aggression out of it, and there's a fine line with aggression. Sometimes aggression's, too coarse, and then sometimes it's non-existent. And we generally like something right in the middle. So tell me which one you like. Which one do you prefer?
So I think the B is slightly better, especially on the second and third sip. Just a slightly more refinement. But I mean, we're splitting hairs.
Your 3% was on. I'm going to give it one final. I'm an A guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I do. I like A. Again, just this much more, is it worth $10? I mean, Christ, man, let's be honest. If I didn't tell you one was 3 years older or one was $10 more, you wouldn't know the damn difference on either one of them. So
I mean, it's subtle. Most people wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
No doubt. So is that correct? Is A the 12 and B the 15?
No, the A is the 15.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there you go. B is 12, so we had this in the right spot.
Yeah.
And A is the 15. So believe it or not, that 3% differential of character, bite, a little something extra actually fell into the 15-year-old, which I would have lost money on that bet.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now,
so I
is
like
it worth $10?
So
That's the question we got to answer. Is it worth $10?
I prefer the 12-year. So no, definitely
not for you. And I actually got to say that no, it's not worth $10.
Yeah.
$10 is minuscule in the whiskey world.
Yeah,
right?
it's
but
I never make a decision on $10. When I'm at the shelf.
And I wouldn't either. I'm not going to go to the liquor store and make a decision on $10, but I know a lot of people do.
Sure.
Right? And especially that guy or gal we just described a little while ago, where they used to go into the liquor store and hey, this is my go-to for $60, and now it's $70. If I'm that guy, I might be considering something else. Because as far as I'm concerned, you just made my whiskey $10 more.
Yeah.
And we both agree that the movement was 3%. I totally agree with that number.
And you're looking at like a 17% price increase.
Exactly. So by that math, it's suddenly not worth the money.
Yeah.
Now, I'll still continue to buy it.
So this is a situation where the aging actually brought up
the
flavor profile a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not overly surprised. Like I think there's a bell curve.
There's an inflection point where
And it's to me, the 15 to 18 is the sweet spot of where you really bring the character out and you refined it, what have you. I think, when you start to go beyond 15 or 18 rather, and not always, that Red Breast 27, that thing had some volume to it.
That's because it's 17 years in those ruby casks.
Correct. Yeah, well, that helps. But I would say if I were to just generalize across all, let's just say scotches or single malts, then that I'd just say the 15 to 18 is really that kind of sweet honey spot in most of the lines. And not that you can't get an even better 21-year-old, but it oftentimes, be too smooth, be too easy.
It loses something.
Loses a little something, And going back to that vodka analogy, it's like it's okay to taste a little bit of liquor,
Well, so we'll see here. Maybe they bring back the 12 after a few years of.
Well, I mean, economics have to change. I mean, we gotta, as a society, we gotta drink more, and that's basically how that math works.
Or make less.
Or sure,
or make less, right?
Yeah.
So the younger generation, the 20-somethings, don't drink as much as those that came before them.
Give them 15 years and a career, right?
I don't know, man. I definitely drink less now than in my 20s.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's
I drink much better things. I spend more money on it, but it's a lot less volume.
All right, so I'm going to pause this conversation. We're going to kill this.
We'll get back over there.
And that's a great question. You drank, and I'm not saying you. I'm just saying let's just put our generation. Our generation drank more in our 20s than we do now
in volume.
Sure, not in quality. Nobody said quality. Nobody said quality. In volume. And this generation, the young generation, isn't drinking that. So the question is will that change when they grow up and have real world stresses?
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so let's get back to that. We'll do a whiskey cave take. So the youth, are they growing up sober?
More than we did. Well, at least that's what the reports say. But I mean, I don't have any kids. I don't know a lot of youth, but
yeah. Well, you don't have any kids, so maybe you're not the subject of my argument. The youth. I think today's youth. I'm brushing this, not all of them, of course. They have a different perspective on a work-life balance, so to speak, or some may say work ethic, or the grind, right? Our generation, we hit that grind, right out the gate. Like, we weren't even out of high school. Like, I got 2 jobs, I'm going to high school.
Oh, I started working at 12.
Right. This generation, again, I don't want to get into the economics of this conversation because it's a lot harder for the youth to
you're not getting paid as much as it goes far.
Right. To buy a home, for example. I mean,
it's gross.
It's ludicrous. So I don't want to get into that aspect of it, but yeah, they're drinking more mocktails and less alcohol by nature. I got to pose the question is because they're not working at the same rate that we were. I mean, we worked hard, we played hard. That was Gen X to the bone, right?
Yeah. I'm not certain that's an element. Maybe.
I guess what I'm saying is, do they age? Get kids, get that job, and then get
stressed out,
and need that source of relaxation. Will their generation flip? Drink less young, drink more older.
Is it any recreational drugs or is it just alcohol?
Well, no. So you bring up another good point. Do they just
marijuana or do they substitute dividends of that are much more readily available?
I will say this: every generation has its sins.
Yeah.
So which sin is your generation?
Sure.
Right. And I would say our generation probably had the most sins, if I really want to kind of break it down. But it was the alcohol that.
I don't know. The people that were like teenagers in the 70s had a lot of options.
That's fair.
My dad's generation had a lot of options.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But I mean, like when I was 16, growing up in a small town, it was easy to find someone who was 21 who would buy you beer.
Dude, it was
Readily available.
it was so easy for me to buy cigarettes, and you know.
Oh, well, because then it was 18 to buy them, which means that you know 18-year-olds when you're 15. It's easy.
It wasn't hard to buy cigarettes, even though it was illegal.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to buy booze if you knew where to go.
Yeah.
Great quick story, and then we're gonna move on to this. I was 19, 20 years old, and I would go to this convenience store. And yes, to be stereotypical, it was an Indian man that owned the place. It was a super nice guy. I used to cash my checks there, and I was in a car business at that time, and I was making really good money at 19 years old, like stupid money at 19 years old. And stupid me didn't have a bank account. I would just go to the convenience store behind the dealership.
It's all cash.
And say, sign this, and I would negotiate with the guy. The guy wanted 3%, but my checks were getting big. I'm like 1.5. Let's negotiate this. 3% is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he did. He started negotiating. We started
Give
getting
me $20 flat.
yeah, and we started, $20. I gave him more than $20. He gave me 1.5. And we started becoming friendly. And I was buying all my beer. I was a beer drinker back then, believe it or not. I don't drink stuff now, but and I mean, I was buying beer for him for probably 2 years. And I'm not telling a lie when I tell you this. I went on my 21st birthday, and he carded me, and I showed him my ID. And he goes, "You drink me. You drink me a long time, and all this time you've been drinking me." And he laughed, and quite honestly, he kind of like
It wasn't as big a deal.
It wasn't that big of a deal, right?
For us. When I was 18,
what the hell made him card me on my 21st birthday?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But it's one of my best. I love that story.
when I was 18,
Great
I
guy.
worked at a convenience store. I closed. I'm the only one there.
Yeah.
So I can't buy it, but I can sell it to other people.
Yes. Well, same thing in the restaurant. You can bartend at 18.
Yeah.
You just can't drink it until you're 21. So yeah, you can walk around with it and
It's
give
just
it to
weird.
others,
It's a weird thing. All right, so
you want to get into a
I
whiskey
think we're probably going to be we're probably at odds with this one.
You are predicting conflict of interest? Is
I think so. Having gone and done this or that, I actually really like this.
We are at odds.
Yeah, I think
We
this
are at
is complex, well balanced, easy drinking. I don't know why. Like I can't tell you the character. Like I don't know which part of it. Like I don't really get the red wine bit, but how it all works together. I'm enjoying this one better than the other two.
Okay. So I guess I'll give my conflicting Whiskey Cave take here. I'll agree with that last statement. I think it is a little better than the Los Santos.
Okay.
Much better. I'm disappointed I'm not getting the Portuguese wine, influence as much as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. It's not great. It's meh. It's just like good meh. It's balanced. I'll give you that. It's balanced. There's nothing offensive about it. I just feel like it's like I'm Harrison fucking Ford. This is what I'm putting my name
Well,
on.
all right, but just be careful now. Like, look, Glenmorangie. That's not what Glenmorangie is. He's still working with the base whiskey.
Yeah, but you still could. I don't know. There's still. I
don't think he can. So I appreciate Glenmorangie for this. It's almost the Irish whiskey of Scotch. It's light, it's clean, it's easy drinking. I don't think I've ever bought 2 bottles of Glenmorangie.
Well, I got a damn whole shelf of them.
But when I'm at the shelf, I like them, but I never choose them.
And that's my problem with this bottle, right? You like it. It's good.
I wouldn't buy it.
But you're not going to go to the shelf and go, ooh,
Yeah.
give me that.
No.
I'm excited to buy that. You're not.
No.
And that's my problem with it.
But that's the whole line for me.
So it's good, balanced, pleasant, very pleasant.
It's great.
Very pleasant whiskey.
It's just not giving you
It's
anything
just
extra.
not giving me anything like that's separating itself from pretty much anything.
And I think that's just the bones of Glenmorangie.
Yeah. So, I forget what I pay for it. I'll put it on the banner.
Mm-hmm.
on the video.
But it wasn't astronomical.
I think it was $90. It might have been a little less. If this is a $60 or $70 bottle, then I think it's a fine $60
Yeah,
or
if
$70
this is
bottle.
80 and that one's 70.
But I think at 90, you're pushing the limit, and you're selling the Harrison 48 at this point, which
Sure,
that's what they're going to
Look,
do.
they're looking to sell. They're looking to move some whiskey.
Yeah,
They took some of the, they took some of the raw stock that wasn't moving, and
exactly. So that's my take. I mean, it's not a bad whiskey. It's a very pleasant.
it's
whiskey.
very good.
If you're a Glenmorangie fan, you'll be more than happy with this whiskey.
And if you're looking to like sip whiskey for the day, it's a
Sure.
great whiskey to sip for the
Yes.
day. So you're not going to get ahead of yourself. It's easy. It's not going to build up on you from a flavor profile standpoint. Every sip is good, and it's just not.
And it is balanced front to back.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. So
You
mixed bag for me.
Do you know what we're doing next week?
Am I supposed to know what we're doing next week?
No, but I'm just putting you on the spot. Curious.
Okay, well, I think we might have some good ones coming in.
Well, I don't know if they'll be ready for next week.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about your shipment.
Okay, you got some good ones coming in too.
Always.
Well, what? All right. You didn't.
I'm not gonna.
You didn't say anything.
I'm just gonna say it's good. We're
All
gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, very good.
All right? So, on that note, that's our Whiskey Cave take on the Harrison Ford edition, limited edition. Get it now before it's gone.
Or don't.
Or don't. We don't really care. I'm Tom.
I'm Derek.
That's Derek. Thanks for having a dram with us on the Whiskey Cave. We'll see you soon now. Be good.
Bye.